In efforts for more transparency surrounding unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAPs, commonly known as UFOs, lawmakers are working to pass a defense bill that creates a collection of records for public viewing. The National Defense Authorization Act establishes a process to collect government records for the National Archives. And if passed and signed into law, information older than 25 years will be released to the public. Here to talk more about it, founder of the New Paradigm Institute and civil rights and constitutional law attorney, Daniel Sheehan. Thank you for being with us. What would these provisions specifically call for? What types of information and transparency might we see on this topic?
Well, Marnie, there are two levels of the transparency. One of the levels is the revelation of the information that the government and its aerospace contractors hold relating to the UFO phenomenon and the UAP phenomenon have to be disclosed basically to Congress. That's one of the most important constitutional provisions of this new law, that the information has been being withheld for decades from Congress. So this law is extraordinarily important in that it orders the gathering and the placing of this information in the National Archives, and that the Senate Intelligence Committee and House Intelligence Committee, for example, have access to it, those who have adequate security clearances. This is the first time this has ever been done in the government. The second level of disclosure is the disclosure of information to the public. Basically, what this does is it gives authority to the president to release any information that he or she chooses to the public. And it takes it out of the hands, basically the exclusive hands of the various agencies like the CIA and the Defense Department, et cetera. So this is a more streamlined, stripped down version of the original bill that was proposed by the United States Senate Intelligence Committee that had basically unanimous support across the board from both Republican and Democratic senators and House members, but the portions of it were blocked by the Republican head of the Intelligence Committee in the House and the Armed Services Committee. But this is a bill that gives us some significant advance, despite the extraordinary levels of criticism that have been leveled at this stripped-down version. Because most importantly, there's a provision in the Act which is section, let's see here, anyway, there's a section in the bill right here, which is section 1687, that actually prohibits the use of any of the UFO information or UAP technology or information to be used for back engineering, to make any weapon systems or anything else. And it needs, unless it's reported to the Congress. And that way, the Congress has the ability for the first time in history to exercise oversight authority to determine what might be done with this information pertaining to UFOs. Now, thirdly, the most extraordinary aspect of this particular bill is that for the very first time in history, it acknowledges that the United States government is in possession of information pertaining to an extraterrestrial spacecraft that has been recovered by our United States government. And it also demands that the information be revealed to Congress pertaining to the non-human intelligence that is behind these UFOs. This is an absolutely extraordinary breakthrough in the history of dealing with the UFO phenomenon. And people need to not lose track of this extraordinary fact because of some of the provisions, important provisions, that have been taken out of the original bill that was proposed by the United States Senate. So we in the New Paradigm Institute, which is a citizens organization, which is designed to try to maximize the degree of disclosure that's going to be made to the public itself. This is a step that needs to be taken. The citizens still need to remain mobilized to get access to this information, but we've achieved the goal of getting the information conveyed to Congress now. So that's the present state of this bill right now. And it's going to be passed probably around December 21st or so. But the language has been pretty well finalized right now. And so you hear a lot of complaints coming in legitimate complaints about some of the provisions that have been taken out of the bill. For example, the demand that there be particular dates and deadlines established for the providing of the information over to the archives. The present bill just says as soon as practicable, as soon as is able to be done. But there were deadlines set by the Senate Intelligence Committee bill that have now been taken out. And so the need for citizen pressure remains very, very high. The New Paradigm Institute is one of the groups that has been designated as the authorized citizens group to mobilize and coordinate citizen pressure on the Congress now to exercise its responsibility under this act to both see that the information is extracted from the various government agencies, Defense Department agencies, military services, Central Intelligence Agency, and other groups, that they need to extract that information and get it available for Congress right away.
Yeah. Well, the court of public opinion is out, and people want to see what this information has in store. Daniel Sheehan, that's the time we have for now, but thank you for your perspective on this. Appreciate it.
Terrific. I appreciate that. Thanks, Marnie.
Yep. Tonight